So good afternoon, everybody. I haven't seen the entire debacle that was the meeting of all the generals, which I would like to note were pulled off of actual important jobs to national security from all over the world so they could sit and listen to Donald Trump, aka Grandpa Crazy Pants, tell them that he's a really aesthetic guy and that he doesn't really like the way the new ships look, and he thinks that all those stealth ships, they don't look so good, so he wants to go back to the old way of doing it with all the steel and 6 inches of steel because he thinks they look better. Can you imagine being so full of yourself and so delusional that you're telling a bunch of generals and admirals and upper brass of our military that you want to go back to the old way of things that didn't work right, that like all of the advances that we've made in terms of our technology and all of that, that you want to go back to the old way because you think it looks better? Think about that. Dissect that for a minute and take as long as you need to take. That he wasted hundreds of thousands, probably, of tax dollars to get the generals and admirals, all the upper brass, get them back from wherever they were into that building. All the security it took, all of the entourages and admin and all the people that these people need just to do their daily jobs, just so you could sit there and listen to this guy yap about that. To tell the generals that in San Francisco, people are firing on, not people, animals is the word he used. Animals are firing on the fire department, who have these great big long ladders that go up into the sky. Can you imagine if Joe Biden had ever done that? How brutal the press would have been to him? Well, of course, Biden had his faults, there's no doubt, but he never would have said anything even close to that, ever. So I'm hoping that the U.S. military now, since they were exposed to it full frontal, the full Monty was presented of the emperor and his lack of clothes. I'm hoping that they realize without a Fox News filter how crazy their commander-in-chief actually is and how unfit for office he is. And I am really hoping that the result of the combination of 47 and Hegseth's speeches today, which served really no purpose, and certainly not purpose enough to yank these men from these posts, and women, whatever women are left in there, to yank them from their posts so they could sit and endure that crap from a man who has denigrated the military for so long. I am hoping that every single one of these people will see that he is unfit and that they will start to not obey his unconstitutional orders to use the military against U.S. citizens because he feels like it. If you're in the military, please really rethink your oath of allegiance to the Constitution. Days of not being a national and international embarrassment, 0.